I'm on day 3 right now in Newport Beach here at my hotel, and I'm going to be heading to my last restaurant of the day before I head back to Los Angeles. So next restaurant coming up, some awesome seafood, flying fish. Here we go. This is the restaurant Flying Fish here in Newport Beach. I think this is the restaurant that so far is like the closest to the beach that I've been to all of them, but this is quite a way to end because Flying Fish, from what I heard, is like one of the absolute best seafood restaurants in Newport Beach. Like, they use really the freshest ingredients. You know I say that about a lot of restaurants, but I've talked to the chef and I know he's the real deal. He uses like really quality organic seafood and non-GMO, and he's even been trained like in culinary school, done a lot of great stuff up in Seattle, so I can't wait to go try this. This restaurant specializes in like oysters and a whole bunch of really great seasonal fish. So I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna check this place out right now. And if you guys have not subscribed yet, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because I release these videos weekly that you just don't want to miss out on. Some of the best food videos on the internet. So now let's go in and let's get some of that seafood. Begins with some avocados, tomatoes, the cucumbers, green onions, some salt and pepper. Looks good so far. Togarashi, okay.
Sesame oil.
Sesame oil, okay. Pre-portioned tuna, and it is fresh, guys. And that is the master soy sauce right there.
Yeah, it's a master sauce. It's a master chicken sauce used in a poke dish.
And then macadamia nuts?
Yeah, put the macadamias in there.
I've never seen it like that before.
We just pay homage to Hawaii because that's where poke originated from.
Yeah.
So we put the nuts in there for that. And then the avocados, we use it for California. Put the California twist in there.
Ah.
And then we give it the real big twist with the master sauce chicken applied to a poke concept. So all this is done in-house.
Oh, okay. All in-house.
Yeah, cut.
The first one I'm going to start off with, this is their award-winning clam chowder. Rumor has it that this might very well be the best one on the West Coast. Why? Because they use like heavy cream on it. They use, of course, the clams are in there. They have some potatoes in there as well. And then they do have like a special type of bacon that they use for this particular dish. I think it's called like a Newski's bacon from Wisconsin. And of course, there's a lot of leeks in here as well. Oh baby, I'm gonna get a chunk of everything, and the clams are in every single bite. It's all evenly distributed in here from what I heard. That's a really good job, chef. I gotta take another bite. Man, that's good. It's true. It's really good. It's creamy, potatoey, clammy, and you get of course you taste the vegetables in there as well, and with a little bit of that pepper that's all around, gives it a little bit of pepperiness to it too. I haven't had a clam chowder in a long time, but this is a good clam chowder. Nothing cheap about it. It doesn't taste, you know, processed or anything like that. It has like a really nice taste all around. It's rich, it's full of flavor. Oh yeah, you got to get this one. It's pretty good here. You see the bacon that's over the scallops? That's really nice, isn't it? Along with some of these greens. And then this like red aioli sauce. This is pretty interesting. It's basically made from like, I heard like an inato plant or something. So this is like a really unique type of sauce mixture they're using for this aioli sauce that when you put the seafood next to it, it's supposed to be really good. Gonna get a generous amount. Oh yeah. I'm very curious to see what this one's gonna taste like. It's very big too. That is incredible. I don't remember when was the last time I had such a big piece of scallop in my mouth. Man. And that crispiness of the bacon and this aioli sauce. Wow, that's a nice tasting aioli sauce. It kind of like reminds you of like I feel it kind of has like a little bit of like a Mexican flair to it in some ways. So it's really good. Like the scallops, it's like very soft. It's very fresh. And the bacon, of course, is bacon. It tastes really good. Crispy. And then the sauce goes perfect with it. This is the spicy ahi tuna poke. Yeah, I've had plenty of pokies in my life, but this one looks really nice because fresh tuna in here, avocados, cucumber, tomato, some of these wonton chips, which is really awesome. They even come with some wasabi and ginger and the house special soy sauce that's all over it, and some macadamia nuts in there. That is something that's pretty cool. So it does have some wasabi on there, so I'm just going to take a little bit because I don't want my mouth to be on fire. So I'll put it on top of the fish, so it doesn't really matter. You just kind of, you know, get a whole scoop of it all together. Oh, wow. Man, that is like a really interesting tasting poke bowl. Because, see, I say that not necessarily because of just like the wonton chips, but it's like the macadamia nuts. I usually don't eat it in poke bowl because they don't have too many of those in LA from where I'm from. So it really like pays homage to the way they do it in Hawaii. And then the house special sauce, it has like a, I almost feel like I'm eating like a Chinese dish. Like I know because I've tasted that sauce that tasted kind of similar before. You know, I've heard from like the chef here that Chinese customers have even raved and brought the news all the way back to China about how this sauce kind of reminds them of like their family home cooking, which was a, wow, I'm like, whoa, people in China are talking about flying fish here in Newport Beach. Imagine that. So that in itself should be the reason why you got to come and you got to check out this dish, especially if you love poke bowls. I know they have poke like everywhere in Southern California, but don't miss it here at Flying Fish. It's really something you got to try. And of course, since this is an oyster restaurant, I had to get the oysters. Look at that. So these are their special kushi oysters, which in Japanese means precious. It was harvested in Okinawa, Japan, or it was based in Okinawa, Japan, and they harvested in British Columbia and Washington as well. A little bit vinegar, a little bit of this, I believe it's like some kind of salsa, and some of this horseradish all together like that. That is good. That is super good. It's like oysters that completely melts in your mouth. It's not like the type that's like really tough and hard to chew. This thing, once it goes into your mouth, it dissolves just like that. Beautiful, clean taste. It doesn't have too much of like any, you know, that fishy, like unpleasant oyster taste. It is so, so good. I think really this is like the best type of oysters that you can ask for. So if you're here, yeah, you definitely need to get the oysters because it's called Oyster House and they actually do deliver on their oysters. Here's one of their house specialty main entrees. Ooh, look at that. That's the miso glazed sea bass. Doesn't that look amazing? It's in what's called the bok choy truffle shiitake broth. Have you guys ever heard of anything like that before? Obviously, everything under there is the broth, like the soup, with all the, you know, like mushrooms and bok choy and, you know, all the vegetables inside, and that itself is the seafood that's in the center, that's on top of this island. And then here, this is what's called their forbidden rice. You're supposed to either eat it by itself or you can take it and put it into the soup and make it into like some sort of a porridge or something. So I'm gonna be sure to scoop some of the fish because you're supposed to get the fish along with some of the mushrooms and the broth all together. So
This is new. This just happened.
Man, that tastes so Asian.
have to go to the fish taco.
Yeah, that fish is like really soft.
If you have it.
Really soft, really great fish. I love the broth too. It's like a soup that tastes exactly the way it sounds. Like a little bit of that truffle flavor, that mushroom flavor as well. And it's like so soothing. It feels so good when it goes into your body. And it has a little bit of sweetness to it as well. So overall, very good combination. And I'm going to put it in the broth and just kind of eat it together just like that. You see what an exciting dish this is? Because you can eat the fish with the broth. You have the rice you can put in the broth as well. This is a really awesome main entrees. And plus, when you're done, just take the whole thing and just like drink it. See what an exciting meal, right? And this is the last one for today. This is the Ciopinno, and I heard it's super good here too. Do you see all this seafood that's inside of here? You got like, you know, the halibut, the sea bass, the salmon, the calamari, and the Alaskan king crab right over there. That's amazing. And then the sauce itself is like that tomato sauce with white wine and just roasted vegetables all kind of made together. And this is supposed to be something where you really got to get you're going to get your hands dirty. Get some of this. Oh yeah, so you got to have this handy right there. And just kind of, okay, make a nice little crack. And then the meat is inside here. Oh wow, look at that meat. That looks so, so good.
Thank you.
And now the trick is to how to get the meat out. Like I said, you're gonna get your hands kind of dirty, so don't expect to eat this like very cleanly. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. That is such a good Alaskan king crab. Oh, like every single seafood that you love is good in here. I can tell I'm gonna love this entire thing. And plus it comes with some of this bread that's on the side, like this garlic bread. You can eat it by yourself or you can, you know, dip some of the sauce in. Fantastic by itself. Even better with the sauce. Guys, if you come here, don't miss out on the Ciopinno too, because this one is epic. All the seafood in here is fresh. I can tell they buy their seafood from like the best vendors, no kidding. Like you can really taste it. Everything just tastes wonderful in here. Basically that's saying that if you come here, you're gonna like pretty much everything here, because like I said, this restaurant really specializes in fresh seafood. It's, you know, like the chef, he really knows his stuff. He gets his seafood from like many different parts of the world. So if you come here to Flying Fish, I think you're gonna like it. And if you don't know what other seafood restaurants to go to that serves like American style seafood with, you know, a lot of international influences in it, especially like Asian influence, then Flying Fish is where you got to be in Newport Beach. So don't miss out on it. Make it, I would say, within your top 3 restaurants that you visit in Newport Beach while you're here. Okay guys, so before I close out this episode here with my last restaurant in Newport Beach, I want to give a shout out to Chef Julio right here. So, so when you come to this restaurant, just look out for Chef Julio. Tell him you saw this episode and he's going to take really good care of you. Right, Chef? Absolutely. We're going to knock your socks off. Come on down and be a part of our experience and enjoy the beach, the good vibes, great Chardonnay, and oysters. Come on down. All right, awesome, awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. So you remember, like, comment, subscribe, and follow my next video. So I'll see you guys. All right, take care, guys. Thank you.